Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because I'm going to be doing indie makeup releases and just talking about the new indie makeup releases and the mainstream releases on the market in the past week and my personal feelings about them. This video is being posted a little bit late just because I was out of town and I haven't filmed for a week, so I feel like I keep stumbling over my words. It's just that funny kind of weird area where you're trying to get back to feeling like talking to a camera is normal. But I'm super excited because this video is actually sponsored by Shadow Racks, so I'm going to be able to share with you guys a really cool indie brand to start off with before we jump into all the other parts of the video. So if you're not familiar with Shadow Racks, they're a really cool organization component. It's kind of hard to describe what exactly it is without showing you, so I'm gonna pull them out. But here's an example of what the Shadow Racks look like. They're really cool. They mount on the wall and you can use them to organize your makeup, and they have a bunch of different sizes. I've got other ones pulled out to show you that are full of makeup, so I'll show you that in a second. But the way that they work is you can use just a typical like thumbtack, and you put it to your wall and it just hangs, and then it has pieces so that they hang off one another. Jeez. I promise it's not that hard, I'm just a mess. It's really cool because it's the idea that if you see it, you'll use it, and I feel like sometimes when your makeup is stored in drawers, it can be so hard to remember exactly what you have, and if you don't see it constantly, you forget about it, and if you forget about it, then you're not using it. So I think that this is really cool and innovative. They have all different sizes. They've got ones for lipsticks, which are really awesome, and I feel like this is even better than like what I have over here because I can't see the lipsticks in the back row, and I always have to sit through and pull like every single color out in order to see what I have, and they fit so perfectly in here. It's just really cool. I really enjoy the concept of this. So Shadow Racks is an independently owned brand, and the owners are a couple. There's a husband and a wife, and they actually started because the husband made his wife one of these Shadow Racks as a surprise, and then they went ahead and started selling on Etsy for 2 years, and they've been doing 3D printing molds. From what I understand, the 3D prints are not very sustainable because they take like 8 hours to produce for each individual rack, and they want to be able to kind of change up the design a little bit. So they went ahead and started a Kickstarter just to make the production more efficient and change the design slightly, and I'm actually really excited about one of the design changes. So the Kickstarter is specifically for the size 40 rack, which I went ahead and filled up just to show you guys what it looks like. So this is how it would be against the wall. And there's I have some P. Louise pigments in here which all fit. I've got the prismatic shadows from, oh gosh, I can't remember, J-Cat Beauty. Jeez. And then I've got Colourpop shadows, and then some Suva Beauty Hydra liners just to show you like kind of a wide variety of single shadows that would fit into this specific size. So this is the one that they're starting with just because it is their most popular, and then they will go ahead and expand in the future. I believe that the one that they're starting with right now is actually clear. They do have a couple different colors. I just personally have some purple and pink, but the Kickstarter I believe is all for clear, and then as time goes on they'll be able to add more options and everything. So the Kickstarter will be live until the 19th at midnight. That's when it ends. So if you want to pledge, you can do that now at a reduced rate, and it's kind of like pre-ordering them. I will have the website linked down below, the Kickstarter, so you can read all the information and get every nick and cranny detail that you need in order to make an informed purchase. I kind of just wanted to give you my opinion and how I view the company and what I know I didn't want to be a robot reading points, so I wanted to just organically give you guys the information. But I think that it is extremely smart. And I'm even considering, because you guys might be curious, I know I have a brick wall behind me, so it's like, how are you going to hang those up? I've actually been using these for organizing in my drawers, and that's the really cool thing about the Kickstarter and the new design, is that they're gonna have them to be more stackable so that they fit on top of one another. And so even though, like, yes, you'll have to move one rack to see, I think it's gonna be so nice and just fit perfectly in my drawers and still be able to like maximize a smaller amount of area. So I'm super excited for that, because right now if you had the same size, these are not the same size, they would just lay on top of one another, but the way that the new designs are, they're going to be completely stackable, which I think is awesome. So you could definitely use them in different ways and kind of make them work for you. Here's another one that I have here. This is the size 48, which works really well for, I have some Colourpop highlighters in here. I've got a Peachy by Petra. The cool thing with these two is that even if whatever you're putting in there is not the exact size, just because of the way that they're hanging, it'll stay. Like these, the prismatic shadows here, like there's definitely a bunch of room, like it can kind of wiggle around, but when it's hanging up, like you can see, like it's not going anywhere, even though it's not the perfect fit, whereas like the Colourpop ones are like the perfect size. So even if you have something a little smaller, a little bigger, I feel like you can make it all work for you. So I really, really like that. I'm so grateful that they asked to sponsor a video and that I would be able to talk about them, especially because they are an indie brand and it's really cool to read their story and see how they've grown. And I really wish them the best in going into production. And yeah, so like I said, the Kickstarter will be linked down below. I'm not going to go on forever, but I think that they're really, really cool. So, alright, so now jumping into our regularly scheduled content. Indie makeup releases is inspired by Angelica Nikis and Samantha March, so I'll leave both of their channels linked down below, as well as the Community Will I Buy It playlist and all the Instagram accounts that I use to make this video happen almost every week. So now let's go ahead and jump right on in. I'm going to scoot over and tell you a release that I kind of lost my mind about that I'm so excited. I feel like I've been pretty low-key about a lot of makeup releases recently, but this one definitely caught my attention and made my heart so happy, although I haven't purchased it yet. So Amy Hearts Beauty just released some new single shadows, and they are all supposed to be like Ghost's family. Ghost is my favorite shadow from Amy Hearts Beauty. In fact, I think I have it. I know I have it right around here somewhere. One second. All right, so this shade right here is Ghost from Amy Hearts Beauty, and it's just the most beautiful greeny, pinky duochrome, just everything. There's what it looks like. I'm kind of trying to keep down here on the screen so that the other picture that I'm talking about right now can still be on there, but it is just one of my favorite single shadows ever. I've raved about it so much. There's what it looks like swatched, and it's just one of the most beautiful shades on the inner corner. So when I saw that there was like an expansion, Ghost's family kind of thing, I was so excited. So there's 5 shades here, and there's Spectre, Orb, Phantom, Wrath, and Presence, and they have a mixture of like purples, blues, greens. There's like a yellowy color, almost like a chartreusey looking one. They all look really, really cool. I think there's a mixture of reasons why I didn't purchase this yet. One is because I feel like Amy Hearts Beauty asked me if I wanted to receive the Halloween collection as PR, and I think that this is part of that. So it was kind of like, I think that I'm gonna get this in PR, but if not, I will definitely end up purchasing it. And also, whenever it released, I was out like helping my best friend like with all the details for her wedding, and because that's where I was for my trip. So I was just I was not in shopping makeup any kind of mode. Like I just didn't have time for it. So we'll see. We'll see. I feel like these, one way or another, these are going to come into my life. If I don't receive them as PR, I will 100% purchase them, just because of my intense love for Ghost and Inner Corner duochromes. So I was really, really excited about those. Alright, next is a new palette from Alien Cosmetics, and this is their Spellcaster palette, and the pre-order is available now, and it's $40, and the outside packaging I think looks cool, like the purple smoke and everything, but I'll show you guys what the inside looks like so far. Their version of the inside is kind of just a color palette, and it just shows you kind of the colors that you can expect to see, and it does look pretty. There's kind of a mixture of purpley mauvey tones and then some pops of greens. So I don't hate it by any means. There's a little bit of neutral going on there, but it's just hard to imagine the palette like this. And I don't know, I feel like if I saw like the palette together, I might be able to say like, oh yeah, I really like that. I want to try Alien Cosmetics kind of thing. But seeing it like this is just hard to visualize, and it's hard to justify paying for the palette when you don't really know what the final product will end up looking like. So for now, that's a pass for me. And then next from Shop Peachy Queen is a new palette called Never Trust the Living. It's a Beetlejuice inspired palette, which is cool. The colors just don't really speak to me. I'm just very like nah about it. I really like the outside packaging. Actually, I think it's super cute, And if someone who loves Beetlejuice wanted the outside packaging, I could see why they would like this. But there's a lot of like pressed glitters, and I don't know, overall this just isn't my vibes or what I'm going for at all, so it's a pass for me. And then next is from Colourpop, and they sneak peeked that they were coming out with their fall collection, and I was like, oh gosh, I might be tempted because fall, but I don't know, even after seeing the fact that it's a all burgundy collection, it still didn't pull me in, and I love burgundy. Like, burgundy is my favorite color, but I don't know, I'm just nothing, like no feelings. I'm just like, it's there, I don't need it, I don't want it, I don't really care about it kind of feeling. I feel like that might be kind of a boring headspace to be in for this type of video where it's like buy or buy and everything is just BYE, but that's just where I am. Some weeks it's like everything is BUY. So next, I feel like this was released a little while ago and I missed it. I didn't even realize what it was or who it was from, but I felt like I wanted to talk about it. This is the Artist Couture Midnight Maven palette, and it retails for $29. And actually I feel like I'm pleasantly surprised with this, because when I saw that they were coming out with possibly an eyeshadow palette, I just felt like they wouldn't be doing anything that I would really want to wear, or just I feel like the vibes would be different. I just guessed it wouldn't be my kind of thing, but I actually do like this. I like the different matte shades. I feel like it's everything you need to do like a neutral eye with like a pinky purple pop. I think that's really pretty. I do like the color selection. I don't see myself purchasing it just because it's like $30. It's only 8 shades. I could probably dupe those shades with my single shadow collection. So it's not something I feel drawn to have, but I do actually like it, and I was pleasantly surprised by that release. All right, next. This is the new Makeup Revolution times Alexis Stone palette, and this is just a gigantic pass for me. Like, there's not many people in the beauty community, there's only a handful where I'm like, yeah, I genuinely just do not like this person, and that's how I feel about Alexis Stone. I feel like he bullies people. I don't know, I feel like there's just certain people in the beauty community who bully others and just always speak with negativity, and just, I don't know, just I'm not about it, and I don't think I would ever buy anything with his name on it. So besides that, looking at the color scheme, I think that the one palette that has the 7 shades is kind of cool, but then the other palette is just, it's like a rainbow palette basically, so it's a pass for me. Next, Victoria Beckham is coming out with a beauty brand, and I don't necessarily hate it. I just think that it's not my vibes, it's not my aesthetic, it's not something I would see myself wearing or buying. I think even if the simpler products like the eye pencils were really, really good, I could find something similar at a much better price. So this just, it doesn't appeal to me at all. And then this is quite funny. The new Morphe 3503 Fierce by Nature Artistry Palette. Oh goodness, oh goodness. Honestly, literally all you have to do is take away the 2 green shades, like just put a little black dot over them, and they look like the 3502. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of unnecessary. It's not something I see myself purchasing. It doesn't look really curated, and I'd be curious to see someone swatch this compared to the things that they already have. It just seems like a repeat with 2 green shades thrown in. So definitely not going to be purchasing that. And then next from RubyMay Cosmetics is a new eyeshadow palette, and this is the Neon Lovers. No, Pop Zombie. No. I don't know what this palette is called exactly, but it looks like my worst nightmare. Like, it's this bright neon pressed glitter palette like that. Nope. Nope. Not about it. Just no. That's not what I'm going for, and I feel like neons in general are so hard to use, and then pressed glitters are just... that was really weird. I've been watching a lot of novellas recently, and I remember the word in Spanish before I remembered it in English. Yay! Little win. Disgusting. Press glitters are disgusting. That's what I was going for. I was gonna say me da asco, but they disgust me basically. But anyways, yeah, that's a pass if you couldn't tell already. Okay, so next is a new palette from Viseart or Viseart. I feel like every single time I talk about them, I end up mispronouncing them and get corrected, but for some reason I can never ever remember the correction. But they came out with a new, like, it's the Grande Pro Volume 3, and I don't hate it. I honestly, if you cut off half of it and it was just the blues and the greens, I would probably buy it, just because I love Viseart mattes so much. But the other half I don't really care for at all, so it would be kind of silly to buy all of the shades and only wanting half. But they do have such an excellent matte formula. I did my best friend's wedding makeup and I brought my Viseart matte neutral palette, and I just remember, like, it's just such a staple and it blends like a dream. It's just so good to use and so easy, and it's just thebomb.com. I love their mattes. So yeah, if it was the blue and the green half, I would be about it. It would probably be on its way to me now, but the other half I just don't need. So I feel like Viseart keeps doing these releases where I'm like, I'm kind of interested. Like, I'm like dipping my toes in a little bit, like, yeah, like that's kind of nice, but I'm just waiting for something where I like want to like completely dive in, basically. Alright, so next I am so excited. I rarely get this excited about lip products, but this is a little holiday 2019 set that's coming up. It's a little mini gloss bomb collection, and it's got 5 different shades in it. So I believe there's only 3 shades of the gloss bomb right now. And it looks like 2 of them are in here, and then the other 3 look new. And I just absolutely love the gloss bomb formula. I feel like it is so comfortable. I really love the color Fussy, but I also love the original color as well. I don't know if these are all new colors or not, but I'm just totally about this set just because I use this gloss like almost every single day, and I get so frustrated because there's so many glosses. Like, even the one I'm wearing right now, like, I have to stop halfway through, and like it'll start gathering a white line of like dried skin or whatever. I'm wearing the e.l.f. lip oil, and the Fenty gloss bomb, it just wears off so beautifully. It never does that. So I would love to have minis. I always have one with me, in my purse, in the car, like wherever I am. I love my Fenty gloss bombs. So all about it. And even if I got a repeat shade, I personally think that I would end up using it, but I could also gift it to someone else. So I really am excited about that. And if you haven't tried the Fenty gloss bombs and you like kind of a variety of gloss finishes, I would recommend trying that set. I know some people say that they're overrated, but I have to respectfully disagree. I think that they are worth every single bit of hype that they have. Alright, so that is all the new releases for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. Before I let you go, I do want to just thank Shadow Rex for sponsoring this video and remind you that you have until the 19th to pledge on their Kickstarter and get the special pricing for the size 40 rack. So definitely check them out. I think that they're a really cool, innovative indie brand. So that's everything for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!